says it's going live. Come on, new studio. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Lion's Den. How's it going, Rad? I am getting Grumble up and running. Come on, Grumble. Grumble's a little annoyed because I haven't uploaded a new placeholder video. I don't really care. All right, there we go. Grumble's going. I don't do Rumble because I think anybody's going to be like, yeah, sometimes there are, but Rumble's just kind of a backup. How you doing, Rad? Joel, how you doing? Hey, let me know in the chat. Are you guys getting notifications? I've got 9 emails over the last couple days saying, holy crap, you're alive? I mean, on my tiny channel, 9 emails in 2 days. 16 emails over the last 5 days, I think it is. Yeah, thank you, YouTube. All right, let me see here. Start with 3 AI topic. Really? No, we're going to get Candace out of the way. We are going to get Candace and Erika out of the way because I want to have a break from it. And tonight, this morning, whatever, is hopefully going to be the last time I really do a video on it. Unless something really big happens, like Candace and Erika decide to have a celebrity death match type thing. Unless they decide to, let's get in the boxing ring and go at it. Or, hey, let's get Dana White to sponsor a fight. That I'll cover. But let's just talk about it, be done, go over a couple clips, and then we're going to AI Atlas. Because, I grew up a space science nerd. In fact, before school, growing up, my father used to have us watch a Iowa public television show, probably on all the public television stations, called Project Universe. Look it up. Some of it's out of date now, but what a well-run show. So I am a space nerd of type. But yeah, let's get just a little bit of this Erika Kirk stuff done. I just got a notification. Okay. Candace and Eric live stream to break. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Rad, wouldn't it be great though? If I had to place money, I don't know, you got to watch that religious righteous type. I think Erika would rock Candace. Yeah, and we're YouTube, we're talking about if they had a sanctioned UFC or boxing match. I think Erika Kirk has the anger behind her. Yeah. Candace Owens has that jilted lover, I want to be a cult leader energy, but I don't know. You don't frig with a mama bear. And Candace is friggin' with her family. So, okay. Minnesota's issues? Nice. What, you want to talk about Tim Walz being a... Let me see how much time I'm on here because YouTube has a thing. Okay, I'm over 2 minutes. You want to talk about Tim Walz being called retard all the time? I would like to see Ilhan Omar go by though, wouldn't you? Come on. Tell me you guys would not like to see Ilhan Omar be booted. I mean, my gods. If anybody deserves it, it's that chicko. I'm tired of people coming in here anyway. And you know what? All right, you drew me out. God dang it, Joel. I'm going to say this. This is not just about Minnesota. Anybody that immigrates to America, if you are the immigrant, the person who comes here, I don't care if it's legal or not. I don't care if it's legal and a hug and a handshake from Donald Trump himself. I don't care. You should never be allowed in any government. I don't care if it's dog catcher, clear up to Congress, clear up to VP. No. Your kids, maybe. We'll put your kids in. Or their kids. But no, you should have to have some skin in the game. The families of Americans have skin in the game. Whether or not it's, oh my God, half my family died in the Civil War or fought in World War II for this country or whatever else. Or just my family worked in the auto industry for decades and 3 generations and built cars or built roads in this country. I don't care. You do not get to come here and just jump into our government from your second or third world nation shithole and then bring your third world nation shithole ideas into our government and espouse hatred for America and everything it is. Your kid should have to be born here, not come across the border, sneak across, plop my baby down. Nope. You should have to be here for 5 years. Then you can get pregnant, have a kid. Yeah, I'm putting a lot of limitations. I'm going to be called a Nazi for this one. I'd say you should have to be in this country for at least 2 to 3 years so we know that baby wasn't made across the border. I want American-made babies. Yeah, I'm going all Dennis Leary on here. I want American-made babies, and then I want them to be born in America, taught in English, taught about our country, and have U.S. history class and worship that flag, our flag. Not some shithole goat-humping country you came from. Done. So that's just me. Sorry, man. How's that, Joel? How is that, Joel? Wandered a little off the old Minnesota reservation, but let me know what you think on that, everyone. I know that one's going to be problematic. But yeah, so no. And to answer my Ryan for my comments, name the channels. Oh, I've been on YouTube off and on for 11 years. I've had some channels do really good, some that are gone. Be careful who you make channels with. He's been on here and apologized. He went through a very rough patch, but be careful who you make channels with. Biggest channel I ever had was with him. We were at just over 11,000 subscribers. I'll tell you what, I have made the mistake of naming big channels before, and wow, I had bigger channels then than I do now. My little tiny pinprick, maybe I'm small enough I can get away with it, but naming some channels, Ryan, I don't know if that's a good plan. I don't know if that's a good plan to have an army of jackasses come after me. And both these channels have some jackasses, unfortunately, by reading their comments, that they would come after me and try to have YouTube take my channel down, unfortunately. Even though both are considered center to right-leaning peoples. So, All right, well, let's get into this. We are going to do the Erika Kirk thing. And then, yes, we will go into 3 AI Atlas. As you can see, I've got it up here. So I'm not BSing you. I'm very tired. So I apologize. But let's go into this because I'm sure you guys all heard it. But Erika Kirk has come back the last couple days and has been calling out the conspiracy theory crap. Now, some people say, well, shit took her so long. Godly people, and I'm not a godly person so much. I do believe there is something above us, a God or something. Do I believe in the organized religion version? I don't know. But I do believe there's something there. But godly people, and I know a few very deep religious people. They do not go out and call out people. They try not to. Turn the other cheek is a real thing with them. So for somebody like Erika Kirk to come out and do this, it is a big deal. And I know there's conspiracy theory people out there. She's deep state. She is Cobra Commander. Stuff like that. So I do not believe so, but I may be wrong in the future when she takes over the world and has Destro working for her. So if I'm giving... All right. I agree with this. He got called retard and understood he was... Yeah, rad. Oh, yeah, totally. But try not to let you guys derail me. You're too good at that. I'm like squirrel. So, hey, Sog, what's up, buddy? Boy, I saw a quick aside, real quick one. I saw a couple of people and some articles out that says that Great Britain, the UK in general, may be very, 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 very close to a civil war. I don't know. Sog, what do you think? All right. Rad, honest confession, I've never watched Erika Kirk speak. Some people say she comes off very cold. I think she comes off measured and or she's trying to be And I am basing this on some people I know that are very religious. I know a few that are very religious. They turn the other cheek. They take to stay calm. Do not, try to find the best in people. Try not to get into drama and stuff very seriously. They will actually go and pray on stuff where most people will just cuss somebody out, kick them in the nuts, whatever. They will go and pray on it. And if Charlie Kirk is anything like what he professed to be and she was, that is their type. They are deeply religious people, and they try not to do this stuff because it seems very pious and arrogant. One of the 7 deadly sins, arrogance, I believe. So yeah, it's nutty. So a bit like America. Actually, everything says you're closer. Yes, guys, I'm wandering. I am very tired, so I apologize. But I did want to get on no matter what. But yeah, Erika Kirk she doesn't come out and speak much. She's never had to. The first time we really saw her do a big public speaking is when at the memorial for Charlie, for her husband. I will say, if you go back and look when she did her pageants, she looks pretty good in a swimsuit. So, but all right, let's take a quick listen to her here. This is her on Fox, and she was talking about, and we know who she's addressing, and boy, oh boy, I wonder if I can find it here, but I'll probably get in trouble for it because BBC is a little twitchy. But we'll get into Candace here in a little bit. But yeah, this will be quick, honestly, because I need a quick stream. I don't have 3 hours in me. All right, so this is Erika Kirk. I'm going to make sure my headphones are going at first because I know it sometimes takes a little bit, but there we go. Here we go.
Come after me. Call me names. I don't care. Call me what you want. Go down that rabbit hole. Whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point US...
I will say this. Erika Kirk has those evil Meg Foster eyes. If you know who Meg Foster is, you know what I'm talking about. They Live, Leviathan, a couple other 80s movies. Those silver eyes that some people always sound freaky or look freaky. She has them. She has them. So, sorry, let me back up a sec.
Family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like...
Now, I'm going to stop real quick and say one thing. It isn't hundreds and thousands. Candace Owens she's making fuck you money now. And I don't know if anybody saw this. Cam Higbee, look him up, put out a tweet, I believe today, showing the Candace Owens channel had stalled up to Charlie Kirk's death. In fact, I believe the month before he died, she had 0 new subscribers. Her channel was at the point where it was going to start free falling. And suddenly now, since Charlie Kirk's death, she started going this conspiracy insanity. Foof, through the roof with all the mystery box, true crime, insane conspiracy people. So yeah, damn. So I don't know. I think Candace is a smart grifter and or knucking foots, but I'm still going, and I finally heard Tim Pool and some other pundits today say what I've been saying on this channel for days, maybe even a week now, that Candace Owens is acting like a jilted lover, and or I heard 2 people actually say she sounds like she just wants a cult leader. She's pissed at TPUSA because her and Charlie used to be there together and working, and they chose Charlie. Of course they did. He made it, but she's mad because TPUSA people wanted Charlie to be their ipso facto number 10 leader. And they jilted her. She feels like a jilted lover because she sounds like she was in love with Charlie Kirk. And it's nice to see other guys actually come out and start saying it out loud. And she's jilted because she wanted a cult following. Candace Owens loves attention. And I'm starting to hear others start to say it. Welcome to the party, pal. My gods. I think she wants a cult. I'll get back with you guys in a minute, but let's get through this and we will talk.
Like that.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe in our judicial system.
Now that right there is where Jay Watterson sent me a video. And of course, he's not here. Conspiracy theory? Jay Watterson sent me a video where this guy's breaking down Erika Kirk's crazy boo-boo. Because they're saying, the Jews. That right here, she was, oh my God, she almost let out that there's the Jews controlling everything. Oh, fuck off. That's what this is.
Even our judicial system. I do.
She's not saying the judicial system. My God. I swear by all that's holy, shut the absolute fuck up with the Jews are running the world. My God. Without America, Israel would collapse. They are not the ultra mega powerful. They're not the Isaac Asimov Foundation. If you read those books, you know what I'm talking about. Not the Apple series. It's E. The only thing the Apple series gets right is it gets the empire and the emperor right, almost. Pretty damn good. Everything else it fucks up for identity politics. But yeah, it's just bullshit. And I'm sorry, Jay Watterson. I hope you were just saying that to be funny, because I am butt F tired of the Jews rule everything. And one of the channels I was talking about on my short the other day that a lot of you guys watched, and thank you for that. I do appreciate it. I will say one of the channels, he's gone total Jew crazy. If you go look at it, I can't. Let's just say HDC would be the initials. Feel free to go and dig that up yourself. But my God, the video from a couple days ago now, he just goes and blows out a bunch of bullshit. And the people in his comments were just, oh my God, the Jews. I called out a bunch of people on there. I commented to him himself that he was putting out bullshit, and he never did address it. So what the flip? But I will try to get through this, I swear.
We have a hell of a team working on this, excuse my French. But this is not okay.
You don't make that up. I have mechanic mouth, I admit it. To her, pardon my French, is when you say the word hell. Ugh.
So you want to put these people back in the box where they've been creeping from?
I don't care what box you're in.
Woo!
But just know that your words are very powerful, and we are human. My team are not machines, and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. I have, you name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted, and every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do, relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day.
Oof.
And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
You know,
Sit in a corner and cry and be in fetal position. This is a duty to my husband, and it's an absolute honor, and I will never back down. And so my message to them is to stop. To stop.
Now this comes on the tail of this. I'm gonna do this one real quick and we'll move on. Now remember, she said stop. Candace Owens did this on December 10th. No one outside of my husband and Erika Kirk has the power to shut me up. Okay, Does she follow that? No.
No one, and I mean absolutely no one, outside of my husband and Erika Kirk has the power to shut me up right now. That's it. Asked her about the
Okay, so when Erika come out and asked you to stop, what was your response? No, she makes fun of her. You don't just get to be widowed into chairman and CEO. No, you don't think she was involved? There are a few words that YouTube will not allow, and I am thinking, well, every one of them. All right, let me check up with you guys here. In all seriousness, is it going to be a civil war? Oh, sorry, I am way behind. Sorry, guys. A bit like American, I think you're closer. My kind of mind. My kind of mind, yeah. I don't think that's it. So deeply religious, but so into money. I don't know. She's already a millionaire. Charlie Kirk has made them flip loads of money. Now, if you're talking about Candace likes money. But Candace is married to a guy, well, some of you guys in the chat have told me before, kind of weird, a guy she didn't even meet and she married. Right after she was mourning Charlie, because I've heard some people tell me, she married Charlie she married her husband because, well, Charlie's gone, and you know what? That was my last hope to get with him, so I'll just pick whatever. Hey, this guy has a shitload of money, and he's obsessed with me. I'll go for it. Yeah. Candace has flip loads of money, but I'm looking at Candace's past. One, she's always been a lefty. Two, she's always been chasing eyeballs and attention. I think she is mad at Charlie Kirk for jilting her and TPUSA for jilting her. She wanted to be Charlie Kirk's wife. She wanted to be TPUSA's big grand poobah, the great speaker, the great please jump to Candace's whim. She just acts like she wants the attention. Yeah, she likes the money, but I think she wants eyeballs and attention more than anything. That's just me. If that's what you're saying, my kind of mind. The makeup is caked. Well, yeah, some people wear a lot of makeup. I don't know. I can say a lot, but I will say this about my wife. I don't talk about her much, but my wife wears barely any makeup. It's amazing. Medicine cabinet, bathroom, barely anything. Takes up a teeny space. That I like. But there are a lot of women who wear a shitload of makeup. I see them at the gym, working out, where they go puff and shit cracks. I was like, okay. Wearing so much makeup, man, if you light a match, or perfume at the gym, if you light a match, it's a poof, mushroom cloud. In all seriousness, if there's going to be a civil war here, it's going to be in Ireland. Really? You think Ireland, with everything going up there, is going to light it? I'm going to say this. That's unfortunate, Sog. Because you guys down in proper UK area there, or Britain, I would think you'd be just about beyond tired of it. I mean, jeez. I think Ireland is having less of a problem with it than down around London town and stuff. But hey, that's just me. Let's see. This is giving hit dog hollering. What? What is that? My kind of mind. This just shows that people aren't buying the FBI slop. I don't think it's slop. Remember, the same people said all the conspiracy theories about, Wisconsin. Oh my God. This is what happens when you don't get enough sleep, boys and girls. I totally forgot the guy's name, but everybody said conspiracy theory there, then shit come out in court. What? I'm going to ask my kind of mind. I'm not trying to call you out, but what the colorful metaphor do you think the FBI is going to do? They cannot go and give you all the info before a trial. They will taint a jury pool. They can help the defense. If they are investigating and still trying to hunt somebody down, they could warn them. So what? They're just supposed to blow everything out there and screw the trial. Sorry to sound cranky, but it's just nonsensical. The FBI should just give us everything. Great. Then this jackass gets off. or whoever did it. Maybe they know Tyler Robinson. See, people are assuming. We're assuming they're 100% sure Tyler Robinson did it. Maybe they think the furry boyfriend did it, but they're still doing investigations. Maybe they don't want to warn him or the furballs on the other sites that, hey, something's coming on this date. So yes, just give you all the info and say, screw actually being able to prosecute these people. Screw being able to get an actual jury, which, by the way, is what Candace is doing, because her bullshit and throwing this out there is going to taint a jury pool. It is going to screw with this trial. So I'm sorry to get updated. Once again, I'm tired. But anybody that just bitches and whines that we don't have all the info has zero idea how our justice system works. Show me a trial. Show me a case where before they ran it to trial, they just gave everything. How about the kid in Texas? You know, the pokey poke at the track meet? They haven't given us everything on that either. I mean, come on. You don't just hand out all the evidence and screw up ever trying to prosecute the person. That makes zero sense. So excuse me for being cranky, but that's just, I am tired of hearing that argument from people. Why don't they just give us everything? Okay. So FBI, slop, whatever. You have no idea what they are investigating, who they think actually did it, what they have. We will not know until the trial. We learned that about the whole Wisconsin shooting. Everybody made all these assumptions and come to trial, and look what happened. Do not assume until the trial. If after the trial, something really stinks, fine, we'll discuss it. Until then, asking any law enforcement to just give you everything and screw up our chance of justice, fine. That just, no. I got it wrong. Maybe you got it wrong. I don't know. My opinion. She couldn't even get that out. She doesn't believe it. What? You gonna say because the Jews thing? Come on. I know I'm getting worked up. This is what happens when you're up way too long and your caffeine is not cutting it. I'm not trying to pick on you, dude. I really am not. It's just, I am tired of hearing the same ad nauseum nonsensical arguments, and I do, unfortunately, I believe one of your arguments at least is nonsensical. That they just give you everything. Tell me how that's going to help prosecute anybody, whether it's Tyler Robinson or Furboy or Furboy's friends out there. How is it going to help them prosecute by just blowing out all the info? How are they going to ever find a jury? Candace is already screwing that up, along with screwing TPUSA, screwing MAGA, screwing the Republicans, screwing the midterms. Remember, she said, we don't care about your midterms. Hey, Candace, thought you were right. Yeah, bullshit. Just tell me how that makes sense. It doesn't. Show me a big trial where they just blew all the evidence out and how well that worked for the trial. So you're actually going to think because of the Jews that you think it's Jews. Okay, got it. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Like I said, I have no problem saying assume, and I understand I'm making an ass out of you and me by doing that, so that's a me problem. I'm going to say I'm getting tired of hearing this anti-Jewish rhetoric from the certain party. Yeah, me too. I am with you, Sog. And I'm not a big follower of Jewish people. I'm one of those people that does not think we should have a single penny in Israel without them buying shit from us. I don't think we should be sending any weapons, any money. You want some shit, you buy it from us. Other than that, we shouldn't be politically involved. We shouldn't be dealing with it. It's not our problem. Let the Jewish people and the Gazans handle it. And I'm telling you right now, to all you leftards out there, if America totally backs off, this is not going to work out the way you think it's going to. Yeah, we'll finally get the Jews. No. They will go scorched earth. They will just say, that's it. We are the strongest we're ever going to be. We're going to win this now. So don't wish for it. All right. Charlie said Candace is his David. Whatever that means, we are seeing it now. Candace has her friends back. Huh? Her views is proof. We all say the friendship between... No. I do not even know what type of sense that makes. Exactly, Rad. Yeah, the makeup is crap. I'm tired of a lot of makeup. Candace Owens' view is Russell Brand. Yes, I did say it, and it was stupid. Russell should know better. Being somebody that's been put underfoot, shall we say, by bullshit, he should have a little better nose for bullshit. And I'm sorry, my kind, I do not understand where you think. You seem to be, my opinion, you seem to be a mystery box lover or we'll just throw anything against the wall and see what slimes down it type of person. Sorry. Or not that type of person, but somebody that likes watching that. Because she's made tons of insane claims. Now she's saying the United States military did it. Let's see. The French Jewish ninja hit squad. Emmanuel Macron's wife is a guy, but not only is she a guy, but she is Emmanuel Macron's dad. She said that. She's said insane shit. But you think that makes more sense than, hey, maybe Tyler Robinson did it? Yeah, okay. I think Israel has more problems than to send French, Jewish ninja teams after Candace Owens. And I'm going to tell you right now, if they'd wanted to get her, she'd already be gone. We already know her security's bullshit. And come on, if two countries want to get you, you're gone. You will disappear. She wouldn't be there. If they can take out a United States president, come on. Makes no sense. Idaho 4, they gave everything. No, they didn't. They gave nothing. They gave hyperbole and BS. No facts. Zero. You release messages that say you found gun. What's more tainting than that? Huh? That's not tainting. Making of conspiracy theories is not evidence. Evidence and things that happen during an investigation, as in the heat of the moment, is not the same. Hey, we found a gun. That's not the same as Jewish Israeli hit squads. That's not the same as saying TPUSA did it. The French did it. The Jews did it. The United States military did it. The Care Bears did it. Everybody did it except Tyler Robinson or some weirdo furries. Come on. Occam's razor. You are willing to believe insane theories over just sometimes the simplest answer is it. But you can't believe, strangely, you can't believe a guy like Tyler Robinson when we've seen a bunch of other left-hard nuts walk into schools, churches, out of the blue, or drive through crowds, just blow people away, whatever. But oh no, it's going to be French, Jewish hit squads, the United States military, TPUSA, his wife. My God. You're not willing to even entertain the simple, some facts in front of us, theory. But nope, the crazy ones, those you'll go with. How about this? The next Candace will be saying 3 AI Atlas aliens did it, or she is less than 2 weeks probably from saying Donald Trump is in on it. If she says that, yeah, you better come back and apologize. I am just tired of the conspiracy theory bullshit. The mystery box, the true crime theater BS. She's given 0 facts. So, okay. Keeping things secret makes sense. Sometimes Leos follow suspects over a year. Yeah, 100%. But I'm going to say right now, show me a case where they go. And by the way, keep in mind, I was just involved in some court hearings. I've been on a jury before too. Show me the case where they just blow all the evidence out to public before a trial. Yeah. A lot of times, if they did that, you give a reason for the other guy's lawyer to make a hearing and go, make a motion to go, that's it, prejudicial. They tainted the jury pool against my client. He can't get a fair trial. Boom, dismissed. So you'd be happy with that, I guess. Yeah, I'm getting worked up. They give us the blame left evidence. What? Huh? Okay. Idaho 4 makes 0 sense. Is that like the UTC? Utah time? God, even I know there's no such thing as Utah time. Candace has said shit like it came to me in a dream. That's much more believable than police work or FBI work. I'm not as believable as the FBI as a lot of people, but I'm going to believe that more than it came to me in a dream or French, Israeli ninja hit squads. Come on. If Israel wanted to, they could turn Gaza into glass. 100%. That is a fact. That is a fact, Sog, not enough people talk about. Israel, and I've said it in the past, Israel could make a glass factory and or a kitty litter factory out of Gaza if they wanted to. So yeah. Too much proof. You have no proof. Sorry. I'm going to say you have 0 proof. All you have is hyperbole and BS with no actual facts. The only facts she's ever come up with, she likes to say these, well, she'll make an assertion. And then she'll go, well, why aren't they refuting me? That's not how it works. You make an assertion, you prove it. Not, oh my God, if they don't respond to me, that means it's true. Good God, that's not how it works. 0 proof. The only thing she's hit right is the stupid texting chain between from TPUSA, some of the bullshit those idiots did. But I'm sorry, when one of your friends gets shot in front of you, sometimes you're going to screw the pooch. Watch her episodes. I have watched some of her episodes. I have listened to some of the gym because Jay Watterson has told me I need to. I have, and all she does is mystery box. I dreamed of it. I think this. I received an email. Show it. She always, I received this tip. I received this. Show it or fuck off. She always says, she received this. She received this. I got this. I got this. Never shows you them. And she says, I believe, I feel. She keeps herself separated because she knows she's got no actual facts. She keeps herself this far from being sued or arrested because of assumptive language. And yes, I'm worked up. I am way too tired for this. Jay Watterson, what's up? How you doing, buddy? And trust me, my kind of mind, Jay Watterson would probably back you and disagree with me. We've been here. So I may argue with you, but you can more and have your opinion. Oh my God. Candace is not about to uncover anything. If anything, Candace Owens is deep state. You do not come out and say the phrase, we do not care about your midterms, and absolutely butt fuck the American public by destroying any chance of winning the midterms and putting the Democrats back in power with all their insanity they're already admitting they're going to do. All the insanity they're admitting they want to do as soon as they get power, and tell me that she's doing good. That right there. And the phrasing she used, besides calling herself third person all the time, but we do not care about your midterms. So she doesn't give a rat's ass about the United States, anybody living in it, anybody, because she can run to live to England with her hubby. She doesn't give a flip. She is going to do nothing. If anything, she is deep state. Tell me how she just happens to want to destroy everything the Republicans and Donald Trump have done at this moment. And the very organization to help get Trump elected, to help register voters, to stop the insane Democrat policies out there. So yeah, that is bass backwards. She ain't gonna uncover nothing. She has uncovered zero. And that's the whole thing right there. She's about to. She's about to. She's about to. She's about to. Never does. All right. Let's see. Let's catch up with some people here. Let's see. You are tainted. Ooh. Yeah, I sound tainted. Physician, heal thyself. Look in that mirror, my friend. Look in that mirror. You are automatically willing to believe the most insane stuff. 7, 8 different insane theories she's thrown out there. She hasn't stuck with one, dude. Dudette, I don't know. She hasn't stuck with one. She just throws shit against the wall. Then when nobody responds, she goes, yeah, why ain't they responding? Bullshit. At least I'm sticking with 1 or 2 theories. She's just throwing shit against the wall. And then, if anybody's tainted, my friend, it is you. You're willing to just believe this mystery box. I had a dream. Ninja hit squads. I got an email. I got a text. I got a whistleblower. Show it or fuck off. Not you. Her. All right. I'd love to know why, truly where Candace Owens is coming from, because honestly I can't. Well, Candace is a leftist. To get back to it, Candace Owens is a leftist. She always was. Go look up how she came to be on the internet. She started her life on the internet with an app, because she was a lefty, on canceling people. It was there to cancel anybody that disagreed with the left. It failed, but then she rolled on in to Daily Wire and everything else. She used them to build her up and give her cred on the right. And then when the time was right, she left them. And now I'm starting to see probably why they wanted to get rid of her. I know. Ben Shapiro's the Jews. I got it. Whatever. The great and all-powerful Jewish people. Yeah, whatever. My God. You might as well say the caveman from the Geico commercials is ruling the earth. They just never died off as the lizard people. God. And I'm all for a good conspiracy theory, but oh my Lord. But Candace Owens has always been a lefty, and now it just so happens she comes out and gives every Democrat and leftard a wet dream every night now. They were looking at actually, compared to historical trends, losing the midterms. Trump was going to have a couple more years to do his stuff. Now, because of Candace and her bullshit, which that really helps America, because the deep state's already tried to take out Trump. So explain how hurting Trump is going to hurt the deep state. Good common sense there. Okay. So now she's coming out and destroying everything that is in opposition to the deep state. So she's deep state. She's lefty. She's always been a lefty. Then you add jilted lover and jilted cult leader. There you go. Then you add millions of dollars she's making. Wow. And add to the fact that Nick Fuentes is held down and canceled everywhere, but somehow she is pumped up everywhere. Boy, if you want to be conspiracy theory about the deep state, you don't think the deep state would take her down? They seem to be propping her up. Or the Jews would take her out. They're not. Just saying. Tucker says the plane stuff is real. Tucker can say whatever he wants. He's wrong. The great Egyptian plane theory flying everywhere. The people in maroon shirts. Come on. I just don't trust people who told me Epstein is a hoax. Yeah, okay. So our deep state's been doing that for a good while. I'm not saying Trump is right about that, but I'm saying, come on. Look at all the other people have been telling you that. He's just kind of doing it too. I just don't think Trump gives a shit. I really don't. I know it sounds bad, but I don't think Trump gives a shit. I've said it before. Donald Trump is dealing with world politics and present problems. He's dealing with our economy that's horrid, illegal immigration that is decimating this country. A lot of people don't even realize the actual cost to this country in our culture, in our money, in housing, in food, in every shape and form. How much this is damaging us. You don't dump 20 million people into an economy that's already shaky and have things go good. We are very close to a monstrous crash. And I'll tell you this, if we crash, the world crashes with us. That's the problem. Including China, because they can't deal without us. And they're already in very bad shape over there. So you can say that, then you're going to include everybody. But Donald Trump, I think, has bigger things to deal with. All right. Island playing stuff like... All right, let's see here. I am way behind. My chat's shooting up. Wow. I don't know what I miss. Lizard people are the British Royals. Probably. Probably. That's where my chat just shot to, Rad. Charlie wanted to bring her back. Who says Charlie wanted to bring her back? Keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Ever heard that? Just asking. Maybe Charlie knew she was dangerous, wanted to keep an eye on her. Charlie was a religious man, didn't mean he was stupid. And a lot of people are assuming a lot. Now that Charlie's gone, it's easy to assume what he was thinking, isn't it? The guy isn't here to tell us anymore, so now all the conspiracy theories, well, we know what Charlie was thinking because of a text. We don't know what he was thinking. We don't know why he was doing that. Maybe he's going, hey, maybe, I better keep this crazy lady close. Watch her ass. I don't want her going behind my back with stuff. Let's see. Her husband was a millionaire. Doesn't mean Candace likes that her husband has all the money. Doesn't mean she doesn't want her own millions. It's about justice. It's about nothing near justice. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. All right. What's that gold statue over her right shoulder? I don't know. Don't know what it is. Indiana Jones? All right. You've never seen a Candace before and you don't get it. Or you see conspiracy theories around every single corner and you are willing to believe insane stuff over simple. Because somehow simple is never satisfying enough. Right? I mean, doesn't matter. Conspiracy theories, there's no way anybody will ever convince you. 0 people on earth will ever convince you if you make up your mind that just like JFK files, no matter what is released, 9/11, doesn't matter what is released. Most of the people out there, or half the people who think of it in one way or another, are going, nope, because the guy I thought was involved wasn't named. The people I thought were involved, the agencies I thought were involved weren't named, so nope, I'll never believe it. Once a conspiracy theory gets started, it will never, ever be put down. 9/11, JFK, Charlie Kirk. Never, ever will they convince some people. It doesn't matter if they show a 4K video from 25 different locations that they've been sitting on and go, look, here it is. Satellite imagery caught this guy shooting Charlie Kirk. There are still people going, nope. It doesn't matter. I can spout to you. You can spout to me. It doesn't matter what comes out. Once it's a conspiracy theory, you will never, ever believe it unless you get everything you want. At least I'm going with possibly the simple. You're just going to believe ninja hit squads. Okay. And contrails and everything else. Like you are in La La Land, says the person who thinks French-Israeli hit squads and that Candace is decimating everything the deep state's tried to take down, is decimating everything they've tried to take down. But no, Candace is going to take the deep state down. So Candace is going to be dressed up in a ninja costume pretty soon, and she's going to pull out her Phoenix-like superpowers, and her and Professor X are going to take down the deep state, right? Got it. But I'm in La La Land. Got it. All right. Jim Morrison said he was a lizard man. 100%. All right. Rad. I know, guys. We're going to get to 3-Eye Atlas. Sorry. Sog, if you think lizard people isn't real, I've got a trouser snake to prove you wrong. Okay. Candace can't take everything down. There are bigger problems. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. The fact that anybody thinks that, boy, if the deep state, the epic, amazing deep state, will be taken down by Candace Owens and her mommy detectives, then they're not that formidable, are they? Just asking. The deep state that took out JFK. The deep state that put a bullet through Donald Trump's ear. The deep state that propped up Hillary Clinton and got Joe Biden, a literal corpse, elected. But Candace Owens and her mommy detectives gonna take down the deep state. Got it. But I'm in La La Land. Oh. Man, I'm gonna have to read what is in these things. All right, let's see. Candace is taking down everybody, including eventually Candace, 100%. No, I'm done answering your questions, my kind of mind. I've spent a shitload answering your questions and giving you responses. We're done. You haven't answered any of mine. I've thrown plenty at you, and you just keep going. You keep saying La La Land and everything else. Answer this. How can Candace Owens be so formidable with her mommy detectives, her phrasing, that she can take down the deep state that probably took out a president, tried to take out another, propped up Hillary Clinton, and got a literal corpse elected, and has taken down regimes around the world for probably 70 years in this country? Tell me how Candace Owens is that formidable, and she's pushing off the ninja hit squads. I'm done answering your questions. I've given you more than enough time. Anybody in my chat can be honestly say, I've given you more than enough time. You've answered none of mine except to say I'm in La La Land. Candace Owens is that formidable. Got it. All right. Hey, Kay, how's it going? I agree. Who cares about midterms this far out? We should. You have to. Because right now, this is tainting the midterms. This has damaged. The Republicans were actually bucking the historical trend. They are at 50% and rising to win the midterms. Now, all the odds out there are saying it's not even going to be close. Democrats are going to blow them out. Unless Trump pulls out a whole herd of rabbits from multiple hats, unless he deports between now and 7 months from now, unless he deports suddenly 10 million illegals to fire the base up, or the economy in 7 months is epic. Yeah, and he's released the Epstein files and everything else all at once. We will not recover from what Candace has done. But hey, Candace is taking down the deep state. All right. So let's see here. So, okay, I'm going to disagree. They're not to 2026. We are very close to 2026. We are less than a month from 2026. And you have campaign season and everything else. It's not just like, poof, what suddenly there's a day. There's time that works up to it. And if sentiment is bad on the right or center or anybody Trump voting, they won't be out to vote. Trump has to start building that base. You don't just build a building without a foundation. Right now, there is no foundation. Right now, the Republicans look like wusses. Look what happened in Indiana. You couldn't even get a Republican majority state to do redistricting to add more to help. Nope. They just said, nope, we're not going to do it. The Republicans look like a bunch of pansies. They look like a bunch of do-nothings. That does not energize the base to come out and vote for you. It's almost like Jay Waterson's going to smile. He's going to. It's almost like they're the uniparty. Thankfully, I haven't used that phrase for the last, 4 months. How you doing, Kay? All right. Is that... Oh, rad. Dude, you came in hot tonight. I love it. Is that Candace in the chat? Seems like it, doesn't it? All right. That's a good point, Rad. Candace has multiple times said it came to me in a dream. Came to me in a dream. But I'm in La La Land. Good grab there, Rad. Don't forget to press that button. Thank you very much, Sog. Yes, whether you agree with me or disagree, please hit thumbs up. I understand my kind of mind. If you want to give me a thumbs down, I totally agree. That's fine. I get it. But as anybody can tell you in my chat, there's been many times many of us in here have disagreed. In fact, me and Jay Waterson, we probably agree 55% of the time, dude. So, and I got people in my comments I disagree with. But you're more than welcome here. Just we're not going to agree. Especially if you call me in La La Land when you're depending on somebody who says it came to me in a dream. All right. But thank you very much for reminding me, Sog. Yes. Yeah, Buckle Bunny sent me a message the other day reminding me, you're not saying this enough. Thank you, Connie. All right. Candace is taking down the deep state? I thought she was taking down TPSA. Oh, wait. The people who took over TPSA are the deep state? Gets confusing. All right. Explain your t-shirt and show it fully. Oh, hang on here. Let me see if I can get it in screen. This? Brave Star. 1980s cartoon series. Along with all my sci-fi and pop culture stuff that you can only see a little bit of if I turn my lights on. Babylon 5, Star Trek over here, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, Buck Rogers, Iron Man mask, G.I. Joe stuff, Star Wars stuff. I like 80s cartoon stuff also. Brave Star. 1980s cartoon. Look it up. You can find episodes on YouTube. That is what it is. It's a shirt my wife got me. Actually, it's a very comfortable shirt, too. 80stees.com. Not sponsored. All right. Let's see. And you're proving my point by saying you're one of our 2.5 million daily viewers that she's gained a shitload of since Charlie's death. Until Charlie's death, she started going conspiracy, mystery box crap. Her channel was stagnant. Huge, but stagnant. At the very least, I'm an honest dumbass. All right, so let's see. So that Brad, did that help you out, bud? Brave Star. Got a really good theme song to the cartoon too. Go check it out. Honestly, you can find them on YouTube. Just look up Brave Star full episodes. You'll find them, and yep, that's me. I'm a weird mix there, guys. Survived a lung problem longer than most people ever did. Ran auto shop. I'm a goofy boy. In fact, I did something in my shoulder helping a friend tonight on his truck. Oh, I pulled on a wrench, trying to break his steering sector shaft bolt loose, and I was at a bad angle, and it made a bad noise. So now I am having problems. I don't know what I did. All right. Let's see. Kay, what the hell? You don't have the streamer on tonight in the background? Streamer on tonight in the back. Oh, no, my TV. No, sometimes when I'm really tired, I just leave it off. I mean, it's on. You can see the TV's on, but it's just, even the screensaver gave up on me. Sorry, Kay. I know some people like the background. I usually have a light on also. It lights up my posters in the background, but I was just so tired. I apologize for the lack of production value. All right. Candace was peaked during Johnny Depp trial, yeah? Yeah, you're right. Okay, you're right. I remember that now. All right. Let's see. He-Man was peaked. Oh, Dude, don't get me going. I have a He-Man t-shirt. I have a He-Man. I have an Eternia Gym t-shirt and a Snake Mountain t-shirt. Yes. And you guys can't see it, but where'd I put it? There is an original He-Man art, piece of art right up over here. And I met the artist who did that. I also have an Indiana Jones up there, artwork he did. And back there I got Firefly. You can't see it because the lights are off. The Serenity from Firefly. I have that back there. I have a bunch of stuff like that. I'm a goofball. I have no problem admitting I'm a goofball. Sorry, Kay. I do apologize for that. I will try to have it on in the back, from now on. Down Under. Ooh, little Aussie. It's strange because I know that Shad Brooks from Shadiversity is in Australia, and he talks about some of the problems going on down there, and then he whines about the award with the Kiwis. Oh man, looking forward to watching good gaming. I am so sorry because actually this late I'd probably have Raphael on. He's playing, I think, Warzone right now. Or I would do Fortnite with, oh God, I forgot the game. Can-Man 1984. They're probably playing right now. I did see a little bit, well, I had doing a lot today, but I saw a little bit of a good Counter-Strike tournament today too. I think tomorrow, at 7 a.m., I won't be awake, but not the semifinals, is this the finals or the semifinals starts? Good Counter-Strike. Star Blast or something like that. I lose track. But yeah, He-Man and Transformers. Ugh. Yeah, I'd like to have Transformers, the full set. But money is money. I am sorry, Kay. I apologize for being lazy. It's small channel energy. If I only had 500 plus subscribers, I would have the energy to flick that TV onto something and turn my other lights on. Oh, sorry. It does that when I flick over my other screen too long. Joel, there was a hair removal product for sale once. It said put a little out back and thumb down under. Nice. Rad, I don't need to see your Snake Mountain. Nice. I tell you what, I have watched the early 2000s He-Man also. That's actually better than I remember. You should check it out. I still think the 80s one was peak, but the late 90s, early 2000s one wasn't bad. It really wasn't. A lot better than that new crap on Netflix. All right. I'm just a big kid. Never lose that. Thank you, Sog. Yeah, it's and as my wife says, when I've had times in my life I felt bad about that. She goes, no. There's a difference between being childish and immature. She goes, you're childish, but you've handled a disease your whole life. You've owned businesses. You've done stuff. You're childish. Immature is bad. So I'll take that. I'll take being a little childish. Yes, I am a big kid at times. Still have a V8 sports car. Well, kinda. It's older now. Took me a while to get my Fortnite settings. Man, this new season has people aim beaming. Yes. Okay, I was watching a Geeks and Gamers stream on Fortnite. There were people definitely aimbotting. There's no way they were hitting them during the rocket packs, and they were going back and forth and still getting hit every shot. Aimbot, 100%. Someday I gotta learn to play Fortnite. This computer will handle it, but I'm not sure I have the brains to do it. There's the brain cells in here are really, that gerbil is really limping on that wheel right now, guys. The quartering, I'm so broke, can't afford electricity. Yeah. Hey, Rad. If I getting 30 to 70,000 views on 5 different videos in a week, then I'll whine. But right now, if I get 30 views or 100 views, I'm going, woohoo! Dude, I I'm not sure. Sometimes of course, I think maybe he's bloated himself too big or he expects to grow all the time. I think a lot of times he uses that too because some people fall for it. But he does fine. Jeremy from the quartering does fine. I would trade my view time and everything for his any day. But he's worked for it. And we're saying we're not enough to go all... No! Wow! Okay. Somebody. Okay. Who put the itching powder in the Tampax? What the heck? Woof. That's harsh. And I'm just assuming by your avatar. So, once again, I'm probably making an ass out of you and me with that. All right. Okay. My kind of mind, thank you for stopping by. It's not aimbotting right now. Fortnite gave it a big aim boost to controller players. Really? Damn, Kay, because I was watching and they were moving back and forth and these guys are hitting every shot from a flip load distance. That is OP then. That is way OP. They gotta fix that because that's just stupid levels. Damn. I'm a great watcher, not a great player. Once you get into your late 30s and older, your hand-to-eye keep up with the youngsters. Stopped playing FPS games a while ago. Funny thing is, there are some players, if you want to go into Counter-Strike, there are players older than Apex in there that are very, very good. They're as good as some of the 14, 15-year-olds. And I think at least a couple of them are, in their 30s? Mid-upper 30s, and they're doing as good as the 14-year-olds. Sometimes I think older, you have an advantage at times. You're not as twitchy or... Sometimes experience does help. Well, I'm going to tell myself that. And I'm going to watch out for any more messages from Kay. Dang. Hey, Celtic. Love Gargamel and his cat Azrael from the Smurfs. I will tell you what. Smurfs, I still have a soft spot for the Smurfs. They're just relaxing to watch sometimes. There are some cartoon streams every once in a while my wife and I'll check out on like a Sunday morning. And it's kind of nice just to relax. The older cartoons, the late 70s, clear up to the early 90s, it's nice to just have no political bullshit. The only thing in there is hey, you can learn this lesson. Don't lie to your parents, kids, and stuff like that. It's nice not to have any gender politics shoved in or numbers. The worst one you'll find is Captain Planet. Stop playing COD. Sick of being slaughtered by 12-year-olds. I will say, yeah, there are sometimes the 12-year-olds are better just because that's all they do now. A lot of the older people get out and do stuff, guys. All right. But let's finish this up real quick. Let's listen a little bit here. Let's see. Erika Kirk didn't debunk any conspiracies. But I'm just, you know what? I'm not going to spend any more time with this. All this is just her saying, going back on what she said here. I played this. She said Erika Kirk could shut her up. But then when Erika Kirk does come out and say something, she says, nope. You don't get to be widowed into chairman and CEO. Why not? She probably helped her husband with that company. She was there. You sound like a jealous bitch, Candace. I'm just saying. She didn't debunk any conspiracies, only responded emotionally. Well, see, Candace makes conspiracies, and if you don't debunk her dreams, a Ninja Hit Squad. If Erika Kirk can't come out and prove no Ninja Hit Squad, she goes, see, Ninja Hit Squad. It doesn't matter. See how that works. She makes up the conspiracy, then if somebody doesn't come out and debunk it for her, she says it's true. So that is all I got. That's what I got. I'm going to finish that up. We're going to move on. Because I am tired of not Charlie Kirk, but I'm tired of the Candace Owens shit. Unless something huge happens, we're going to try not to talk about it for a couple of days. So I'll catch up with you guys, and we're going to C-Lab 2021. That is hilarious. I liked that. You know what else I liked? God dang it, Joel, you're killing me. Space Ghost Coast to Coast. How many of you remember that? Throw in the chat if you remember Space Ghost Coast to Coast. And I am checking on Rumble. I do see you guys over there. Thank you for being here. If you don't have an account to chat on Rumble, please stop over to YouTube and chat with us. All right, let's see here. Anywho, 3A Atlas, aliens. Kay, you were there. All right. Kay Candy's going to say, or automatically it's aliens. Throwing rocks like you do for your dog, yeah? Or, remember, what movie was it? Come on, guys. Okay, all right. I know you guys are going to get this. What sci-fi movie were the aliens shooting rocks at the Earth? One movie. And now there's TV series. I don't want the Doctor Who one and everything. Give me the movie. Space Ghost Coast to Coast was also on Cartoon Network for a long time. They actually took it up after. So give me the sci-fi movie where some aliens, I can't say anything more about the aliens, it'll definitely give it away, were shooting big rocks or meteors at Earth. All right. Jax is off the rights of me to release this statement. Unless copious amounts of kitty treats appear weekly, there could be a release of files to the Candace Owens show. No. Oh my God. I would laugh my ass off. Somehow, tomorrow, Candace Owens comes out. I got a tip from somebody named Jax. Sounds suspicious, doesn't it? Ooh, Jax. Sounds like a code name, an undercover name. And Jax says it was the aliens. I don't know. I'm just waiting. All right. It's like guys who life dream their man cheated on them and wants them to apologize. 100% rad. All right. K Candy goes right away. Aliens throwing rocks at you. Celtic without warning. Edge of Tomorrow? No, it is not. Think newer, more popular movie. We'll get there. All right. But AI Atlas, our Avi Loeb. How many of you guys been following the AI Atlas thing? 3 AI Atlas. I've been following it, and I don't know, Avi Loeb. Dude, I'm telling you right now, he better hope it's aliens or something screwy. Because if not, he's going to look like the biggest dorcas known. I will say, I was watching a couple of YouTube videos earlier. And let me see here. Sorry, let me call the channel back up so you guys can look at this. And there's other people talking about this, how this thing came in at angles to the sun and had a lot of plumes facing our sun, which is weird when one comes in. And then weirdly, it accelerated much more than any object we've seen has accelerated when it got past the sun. That is crazy, and it keeps changing color, which, yes, different types of gases, but is doing it very brightly and often. Let me check here. I want to see what this channel was, because you guys, they have some amazing videos on space. Hang on here. It is, oh, Lord loves a duck. Oh, that is not showing my history. Oh, good grief. I got to refresh. Sorry. Welcome to the highly technical skills I have here. Really? No, that's Newsmax. It is really not the space race. Check out a channel called The Space Race. Here, let me... Because this guy talks... Well, here, we're going to stick with this for now. But Avi Loeb, he's the guy that's on Newsmax and other people a little more slanted towards conspiracies or just throwing something at the wall. Once again, seeing what sticks. He's saying now, and he's been going out automatically saying this thing is weird, aliens are going to come down, stuff like that. He's saying there's a 40% chance 3 AI Atlas is alien technology. It's a possibility. This thing came around our sun. And when it went past our sun, it accelerated to a level. And not only did it accelerate, they've showed other big meteors or comets have accelerated past when it got past our sun because a little bit of a slingshot. But much, much slower than this did. And also, it turned. These would go whoop whoop and go. This thing changed its course and moved out against gravity. It's like, woo. So I don't know. And I know Joel and Jay Waters are going, but you're going to believe this? I don't know. I know this guy is saying 40% chance of AI Atlas being alien tech. Honestly, I would love if this here was real. I mean, if you want to be conspiracy theory, anybody likes their sci-fi, would say that the color changes and some of the jetting against gravity would be retro rockets and navigation thrusters. That's what you could say. All right. Segue for aliens. Anyone see Bob Lazar on Joe Rogan? No, I did not, Rad. All right, Joel, it's a gravitational pull of the sun that can accelerate particles. Yes, that's true, but they usually accelerate on the way in. And even if they go around the sun and use a little bit of a slingshot, they don't accelerate this much. This acceleration has been a little nutty. Let me see if I can find this. Hang on. This guy talks about it a little. And this is a little more, I kind of trust these people a little more than I do the Avi Loeb. Oop, mute. Stop that. Don't mute. All right, where is it? Here it is. This right here.
USA safe pilot.
Here, I'll mute for now. But this video here is the one I was talking about, and he shows the acceleration. Let's see if I can find it. Give me a second. I'm trying to scan forward here. Is this it? Hang on here. I don't want to play too much of anybody's video. Well, I mean, I'm talking about it, but I'm within fair use, but coronal mass ejections. I will say this. It's weird now. This thing went around. Did you guys hear this thing went around Mars? And suddenly this one Mars probe we've had there forever that's been super reliable. And 3i Atlas goes around and they say, hey, this thing got really close-up pictures. We'll release them as soon as we get them downloaded. Suddenly they go, well, the probe quit. And now we're not going to see these pictures. So if you want to be tinfoil time, like a sperm rocket ship, yeah. But do you guys think, let me ask you a question. As much as we've been kind of prepared from our government lately about aliens possibly being out there, do you think that they would lie to us about it, or think they would just tell us, yeah, it's aliens? Do you think they would still lie? I mean, lately they've been saying, our good military's even admitted, yeah, we've seen UFOs. I mean, is there any reason left to lie about it? I'm just asking. Did you see it before? What did I miss? Lazar, he's the one who exposed Area 51 and 81. Whoa. Every Area 51 isn't even the main thing anymore. They've moved everything from there. Did you see it before? Did I see what? Bob Lazar, the real deal? Okay. Sorry if I'm missing something here, guys. Aliens out there. Just by mathematical specifications, I don't care whether you're super religious or not. I do not believe a God or the math supports that there's only us. I don't think God Almighty, gods, whatever you believe in, would make the whole universe and just stick us in the middle with nothing, nobody. That seems like a waste with all that creative energy. And then if you go by math, just in the Milky Way galaxy alone, what is there? 55 million solar systems? The very math. You have a better chance of winning a lottery, I think somebody told me, 25 times than saying that in our own galaxy there's no more life. That'd be just crazy. Just the mathematical chances of other planets and solar systems. Bad thing is, we are stuck out in the redneck area of the Sagittarius arm. We are stuck way out. We are BFE nowhere. If there's something going on, like a federation or a systems coalition or something, it's closer to the core, where all the stars are much closer, unless somebody's going to make the Stargate for me. Aliens could be what the Bible refers to as demons and angels. Yes. Yes. There is stuff in the Bible that sounds like that they really are describing a flaming cone coming down and stuff. And what they're describing sounds like a spaceship landing on retros. Yeah, wasn't it in Book of Ezekiel or something like that? I can't remember. But yeah, I got that. Yeah, Jay Watterson. There are descriptions of stuff, and there's the descriptions of the Incas and Aztecs and everything, and some of the carvings look like aliens with space helmets. And it's kind of weird they would be able to do that matches today's technology or what we do in sci-fi movies so well. So it is weird. I think if there's a proof there, okay, Trump would tell it like it is. Aliens around would be kick-ass. I think, Joel, I think if we found out for sure, okay, let's say in December 19th, suddenly when AI Atlas gets close to us, it slams the brakes on, slows down, and throws itself into orbit. Let's say AI Atlas suddenly goes into, it's like Star Trek, enters orbit, inserts itself into orbit around the Earth. Would that make people wake up? I mean, honestly, whether or not there's aliens on it, maybe it's a probe. Going out looking, somebody more advanced, send out a probe. But if that went into orbit around Earth and there was any type of signal or proof that that was either from an intelligence or an intelligence on it, whoa, I think that would both at the same time split Earth and pull it together. I think there's a lot of nations that would come together and go, holy crap, this is cool. Let's go, baby. Let's see if we can make a deal with these guys. Let's get us out there. Let's go see what's out there. Now, are there other people that would flip out and go the other way? Oh, yeah. You're always going to have some lunatic, whether it's a religious problem or whatever else, going to go take them out. Or scared shitless. I mean, honestly, let's say there are aliens on it. If they could get here, we ain't going to withstand them. We would be stone knives and bear skins. What's that from? So, yeah. Hang on here. I want to look something up real quick. So I am forgetting something in my own brain. Huh? Oops. Let's see here. Sorry. It is. There it is. All right. I wanted to look that up real quick, but okay. But yeah, I mean, seriously. What do you think? Do you think the Earth would come together? Or do you think I'm right that some of Earth would go, damn right, this is great, and others had flipped their wig? Ancient astronaut theorists say Jax will sick ankles. He's upstairs right now because my wife is up, so he's up there begging. He's up there begging for food, and or he has a thing for Vaseline. I do not know. She uses it for her skin, and he wants some. It's weird as crap. He eats Vaseline. All right. Joel, I think there is proof they are keeping away from Trump knowing he would share it. Wow. That's probably a good point, Joel. I think, yeah, if there's parts of our government that know 100% for sure, yeah, I think Trump would release it. You're right. I don't think the guy likes too much subterfuge. I think he just thinks it's bad for business, if anything. Okay, Candy, I believe they show us stuff in movies, so when the real deal comes up, we are used to it. Which part? Because mostly what they show us is aliens coming to take us over. Rarely do they show, "Hi guys, how you doing?" Star Trek is usually the best at going, "Let's go out and meet people and all these amazing peoples out there we can join with and be buddies with." Nope. A lot of times what we get is like Independence Day. And by the way, guys, nobody has said it yet. The movie I was talking about where the aliens shot big meteors and rocks at us was Starship Troopers. I said recent movie. Semi-recent to me. Sorry. Starship Troopers. All right. Like desensitization, yeah. Problem is, what are they desensitizing us to? Because most of them are the aliens are coming to take us out. So they're desensitizing us to the fact that we're about to be ended? That'd suck. Hey, everybody, get used to the fact the aliens are going to come down and blow y'all up. Okay. I'd rather them not have me desensitized to that, because I want to be upset. I want to be upset and annoyed when I mount a rocket launcher to Jax's back. Jax will save humanity. So like the plot to Macross? Yeah. One of my favorite animes is Macross Plus. Osamu Dyson and I cannot remember say his name right. Where they're fighting for the next, see which of the next generation of the transforming jets becomes the main jet, and it ends up being going up against the Ghost Fighter. Oh, I love that movie. Still love that movie. All right. Humanity would go into mass panic. You think humanity would go into a mass panic if aliens came? I don't know. I think we're past it. I think a lot of people today in today's technology level, everybody's been prepared. Like Kay said, desensitize. Like Kay said that, desensitization, yeah. I think we'll be desensitized enough where we're not automatically going to assume if somebody could get here, they're here to destroy us. They would be like old school Star Trek, not that new J.J. Abrams BS. They would be out there to seek out and meet, see new worlds and new people. Seek out new life, new civilizations to boldly go where no creature has gone before. I think a lot of people will go there. I would hope so. Sure, there's going to be some loonies. Dude, third world nation people will probably about to lose their shit. Some of the super religious will lose their shit. Just look at the Meg Foster sci-fi movie. Remember that one? Where it was the scientific community versus the religious? And religious stopped us from talking to aliens at the time? I don't think we're that far. I don't think we'd have to stop because of religion or anything anymore. I think most nations would be like, holy shit. Now, there would be some jockeying because let's say they came down and started talking to America. Yeah, there are going to be some nations a little pissed. It's like in Stargate when they found out, that we had the Stargate. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to work for our new overlords. You know what? Maybe. All right. Before I go back to this video, let me ask you one quick question. Let's say it is aliens. They come down and they say, we need some volunteers to travel on our ship back to our home world to meet our people in person. But you will probably never be able to get back here because of the round trip time, even with cryo or whatever. Won't be able to do it. Would you leave the Earth knowing you'll never see it again to go see another planet, meet another people? I'm going to speak for my wife. I know she would. Me and my wife would leave. We'd grab our dogs, we'd grab Jax, and we'd be gone. We would. To have that, oh. But would you guys do that? I mean, you'd leave all your family, all your friends, your house, your goods, everything, and go. You can bring everybody in your immediate household. Would you leave the Earth knowing you'll never see it again? They live, Meg Foster. Yeah, I loved that movie. I own that. I don't have a shirt for it, but I love that movie. Do they have the Hubble telescope looking at it? Joel asks. I think so. Aliens/war/weather/AI. Mac and me showed aliens are nice. Yes, and so did batteries not included. Isn't that right? Am I right? I think so. Flight of the Navigator. Yeah, Meg, they live. That's not great aliens there. Beam me up, Scotty, yeah. The round trip is they eat you. Well, see, that's the problem right there, Rad. If you're thinking that automatically. You're thinking V, by the way. That's V, The Visitors. Not the newer series, but the original mini-series and the actual original Mark Singer series. Good stuff. If you have never seen V, go watch it. Candy free trip? No, Sog would not leave. Uh-oh. So I'm taking K. I'm taking K's saying, beam me up, Scotty means K's gone. I know my wife and I'd be gone. Sog says no. You wouldn't want to go on a trip through, let's say they could travel to their planet with you in suspended animation, but just the time to get the ship refueled and everything, get back would not make it. Would you want to go live on another planet or planets? Think about this. If they could get to us and we're clear out in the redneck zone with nothing around us really, imagine what it's like where they're at. They might be multiple solar systems and planets you can visit. I would love that. That would just be amazing. Robert Englund is in V, 100%. Tomorrow War. New alien movies too, yeah? Aliens always want to eat you. I don't think we're that tasty. You're assuming we're tasty. Sounds good to remember to serve man was a cookbook. Yes, it was. I remember that. You're thinking of War of the Worlds. They come from underground, yeah? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Another good one. Yes. Yes, yes. So long and thanks for all the fish. I would go as long as I don't get air sickness. I would hope that space travel wasn't that bumpy. Nice. It's hard enough living with humans. I don't want to be in a world full of aliens where I've got nothing in common with them. Pretty much just described your own country, didn't you, dude? Pretty much you've got nothing in common with the aliens, the Muslims in your own country. I don't know. Would it be, in another 10 years, would it be much different staying in your country or going to an alien world? Just saying. You're this close, bud. Oh. I'm just saying. But no, I don't know. I think it'd be really cool. Oh, another good one. Oh. Shoot. Last Starfighter. Ta-da! Some bad guys, some good guys. I think it'd be more like that out there. I think it's going to end up being just like that. There's going to be good guys. There's going to be bad guys. There's going to be annoying guys. But I don't know. I don't think it's going to be all horrible. The ultimate answer to the question of life, the universe, and everything. And remember, do not forget your towel. You can't go around the galaxy without your towel. All right, so let me see. Is this the right spot where this thing came around and sped up? Just trying to see here. Trying to get to where it went through. Oh, good grief. Is that it? Here, let me hit play. Hang on. Give me a second.
Seen 3i Atlas come out the other side intact. Of course, there might be not an unusual thing to happen to a comet. Would be that this is the beginning of a breakup of blue gas. When we combine the massive change in brightness with the highly unusual change in color, we are only left with a couple of natural explanations. One is that 3i Atlas suddenly started to release a massive new cloud of bright blue gas. We are not exactly sure what kind of gas that would be. It's definitely not anything normal for a comet to release, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's unnatural.
But the funny thing is, it's done multiple colors. It's done what, 3 colors now? It's done blue, green, and more of an orangish. That's crazy. And they're so bright that a lot of the astronomers see it right away. It's like, And it's doing a lot of this pointing towards the sun or at the wrong time. It's almost like deceleration thrusters, like I said, or navigation.
Explanation 2 would be that this is the beginning of a breakup event.
But it hasn't. It's already gone past the sun. Usually if they break up on the way in, this thing's already gone past. Now it's heading near us.
That the sun has actually destroyed 3I Atlas, and we are watching it fracture into smaller pieces. Again, not an unusual thing to happen to a comet. Many of them break up as they travel through.
But we already know this hasn't happened. Okay, is that where it's at?
The inner solar system, but we know that's not the case here because
Nope.
we've already
There
seen
it is.
3I Atlas come out the other side intact. Of course, there might be a third explanation for all of this, but you might want to secure your head
Dun,
with a
dun,
piece
dun.
of tinfoil for this one.
Dun, dun, dun.
If there was anything that 3I Atlas has done so far that would indicate alien engine technology, then this would be it. Because the sun alone did not create this change. It came from within the object itself. And again, it could be just gas, but then we have to explain what 3I Atlas does next. Following the bright flash of blue
The funny thing is, I've been a sci-fi junkie for my whole lifetime, and there are been multiple shows and or movies that have said that what's the best thing you do? You build a spaceship inside of a huge meteor or planetoid. Think Star Trek, the original series. There was the planet when McCoy was dying. And then they found the planet there, Yanada, I believe it was. And that was a planetoid, hollowed out, traveling through space. That's what you could do. Hell, maybe there are people living in this thing that have zero idea anymore. They've been for generations. They're on a ship and they don't even know it. Or they've been on a ship so long they don't know how to work it. Or something else. But that'd be a good thing to do. Is if you have the technology to power it, you build inside an asteroid, you got protection from impacts, big heavy nickel, iron, and stone thing. You've got maybe some gravity off it naturally because of the mass. You've got radiation protection. You got space inside to live. I mean, woof, that would work. And you got disguise. You're a big rock.
light, the object actually changes its course. As 3I Atlas enters its perihelion with the sun, it starts to experience non-gravitational acceleration for the first time, which means that it is moving under its own propulsion, and this thing is moving fast. The massive gravity well of the sun is going to affect the velocity of any object that comes near it. We know that, and it's something we can easily predict and account for. But anything outside of that predicted change is going to fall into the category of non-gravitational acceleration, or NGA.
Which, like they just showed there, is what this thing has done. Hasn't just curled around and used it as a heavy of a slingshot as a lot of comets do. It bent a little, then shot off and accelerated strangely without using enough of the slingshot effect. So it does make you wonder.
Which means that the object can go faster, slower, up, down, diagonal, doesn't matter, just as long as the movement is separate from the gravity of the sun. Now, we would expect a comet to experience non-gravitational acceleration during its perihelion with the sun. That is not weird, because all of the gas being released into the coma is going to have a tendency to push the comet around a little bit.
Let alone the gravity pulling you in. Gravity pulling you in, along with anything tail behind you, helping a little propulsion. Yeah, that'll speed you up, but that on the way out doesn't normally happen.
This only makes sense. But as with so many things involving 3I Atlas, it's the extreme nature of the object's movement that makes it stand out as being unnatural. From the entire time we observed 3I Atlas on its journey through the solar system, there was almost zero detectable NGA. It held a perfectly straight course all the way along its approach to the sun.
Which is pretty freaky. They're going to show you here. And I remember when I took some courses at Black Hawk College back, a while ago, and I was doing some astronomy stuff, and they were talking about how comets and asteroids move. Comets especially, due to the outgassing in the tail and how the sun affects them and ice on them, will wobble and waver a lot. But 3A Atlas did not. It is dead course, straight line, steady as she goes, Mr. Sulu.
This is not exactly normal because most comets tend to wobble around a little bit as they release gas and dust from their coma and eventually form a tail.
And their mass changes. As they're outgassing and all this stuff, they're losing mass, usually on different sections, which will cause course changes. 3I Atlas, straight line.
Then the closer they get to the sun, the more change in direction they experience as more stuff gets released into space. But no comet has ever experienced such a drastic acceleration as 3I Atlas. On the day that 3I Atlas was at its closest distance to the sun, which was October 29th, the object was observed to change direction away from the sun by a distance of 135 kilometers, and that was combined with an acceleration relative to the sun of 60 kilometers.
So the blue is what you would expect a normal comet to bend with its mass, bend because of the gravity, and then go off this way. But it didn't. It straightened its course, almost kept close to a straight line the way it came in, but maybe just used a little acceleration, but it accelerated out, even though the gravity's pulling it back, and it also had enough power to something happening to change course out from what it should have done. That is a little bit cool. I mean, at the very least, even if it's just a standard, or some type of comet, it ain't standard. The colors it's putting off, the weird gassing at the wrong angles, the acceleration. It'd just be really cool to find out exactly how it's doing that.
So we get a combined total of about 200 kilometers of NGA per day. Now, what does that mean? Well, we can look at the interstellar comet 2I Borisov, which would be the closest comparison we have for something like this.
And 2AI Borisov was also a little weird. And that's still as close as they can come to what happened to 3AI Atlas. 2AI Borisov was also, until 3AI Atlas popped up, 2AI Borisov was the weirdest damned thing we'd seen in our solar system maybe forever. It was the weirdest damn thing. It had people go, what the F? They almost thought that was an alien ship at the time. Until 3A Atlas popped up and did even more crazy shit. Either that or we just don't know shit about physics, guys.
And that object was observed making about 100 kilometers per day of non-gravitational acceleration.
But look at the bend. It bent a lot more. And it did accelerate, but it bent a lot more. It didn't also adjust out.
Only half of 3I Atlas. Or, using a more typical solar system comet like Hale-Bopp as an example, which
and look
was
at the bend
another
on that. See the bends? These things are totally different. They're big, weird loops and everything, but these things came from out of our solar
large
system.
Object with powerful outgassing, similar to 3I Atlas, but that comet only experienced about 1% of the amount of NGA that was observed for Atlas. So the effect of the sun on 3I Atlas has made it brighter, bluer, and has it moving even faster than any other comet ever observed. That is pretty strange already, but then this happens.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Celtic, if there are aliens who made it here, then they would be way smarter than us. Not sure I could trust them, unless they happen to be the spiritual beings. Well, the thing is, they could say that about us. They could say, well, they're so dumb, we're not sure we can trust them because they're going to be so scared and so uneducated and, oh my God, some of these crazy backwater religions. They may not think all that of us. Maybe that's why nobody's come here looking and going, those humans, they ain't that great. And honestly, Celtic, if they could make it here, do we have a choice but to trust them? anybody's got the tech to make it here makes us look like cavemen. You know, I don't think we're going to take them out very easy. It's not the 6 to 7 the kids are going on about. What? Did I miss? I must have missed something in the chat. The only space-time travel I like to do is go back to the 70s. Predator. There you go. Predator. That's a good one. Rainbow colors. Yeah, it's done multiple colors and it's weird colors. And once again, the jets have gone the wrong direction. Elliptical orbit is what the acceleration is from. But it wasn't doing an elliptical orbit, Joel. This thing come from outside of our solar system. This thing is an interstellar type of comet, or it's been traveling through interstellar space. And I find they've been tracking it for over 20 years, possibly. They knew it was coming from outside our solar system. So I don't know, that elliptical orbit works for like Halley's Comet and Hale-Bopp and stuff like that. But for Borisov, which came from outside our solar system, and Atlas, that doesn't work as well. And you already see that it didn't bend it. Borisov bent, but still accelerated a little. But Atlas didn't even bend very much and then accelerated off. Like I said, we'll find out the 19th. If this thing decelerates and puts itself into orbit, man, oh man, are you going to have dirty underwear across the world. Elliptical, so won't they be surprised? Not the Borg. Oh God, don't even do that. If it was the Borg, we're done. They already would have been here. We'd already have the resistance is futile messages coming in. Why 3 Atlas do that? Wait, did they watch Fast and Furious 2 Tokyo Drift? Or Fast and Furious 10 where they put a car in space. What was that, a Fiero? The Space Fiero? But I would take Jax with me, Jay Watterson. If I'm going to space, I'm taking Jax with me. All right, I know we're wandering, guys, but I am enjoying talking about anything besides Candace Owens at the moment. So we're going to continue a little more of this, and I'll post a link before we leave, but yeah. So you guys can watch it fully without my happy butt. But this channel does a lot of good information about the planets and Venus and all of it. It's really a really cool channel.
Here is a photo of 3I Atlas taken just a few days after its closest encounter with the sun on November 8th. And now we are seeing this complex structure of gas shooting out from the core of the object. So what we are looking at here in the middle is that bright glowing halo around 3I Atlas, which extends out around 500,000 kilometers in every direction. But then extending out much further from the halo are at least 7 distinct jets of gas firing into space. These jets are mostly pointing away from the sun, but we still have a couple of smaller ones that are shooting directly into the sun. This is unusual because we know that most comets form a tail. Again, we can use Hale-Bopp as an example, known for its very large and distinct tail, and you can see that there are actually 2 distinct structures inside that typical comet tail. One is mostly dust, and the other is mostly gas. Since gas is lighter than dust, it tends to rise a little higher.
Which is crazy cool. But yeah, so,
But the 2 of them always travel in the same direction, which is away from the sun. That makes sense. But for 3I Atlas to go from showing basically no tail at all to these 7 jets blasting towards and away from the sun, that's just really unusual. It's also a bit strange for these jets of gas to have such a distinct structure. Because 3I Atlas is a rotating...
Yeah, I'll say this. This one image back here makes it look like it's got a tailpipe. I mean, that looks like a 1970s car tailpipe exhaust, which is crazy weird. It's not the normal lit up thing. It looks like just somebody's checked their catalytic converter.
Because 3I Atlas is a rotating object, it spins around once every 16 hours. So if these were just random puffs of gas coming out from the surface, then the rotation would kind of smear them all together into one big fuzzy tail, like a...
You're talking about Oh my God, I love, this is what happens when you don't sleep. Master Chief, come on. Good God. Right? Heaven's Gate? Dude, I am that tired.
Normal comet. But somehow, these jets on 3i Atlas are powerful enough to stand out on their own even while spinning.
And if you want to go aluminum foil hat, navigation thrusters. Maybe that's how it's stuck such a straight line. It's got navigation thrusters. Yeah. But yeah, Heaven's Gate is, for love of God, Master Chief. Halo, right? Hey, baby girl. Sorry, my little dog just came down here. Hi, baby. What's up, Gracie? Yeah, that's our little one. Riker is 100 pounds. This one's 55. Aren't you, sweetheart? She's my foster fail. All right, so, okay. Let me open that. I'm going to save that, but I think I'm right, aren't I? Or am I gone totally stupid this late? Early. Maybe the sun had a coronal mass ejection at the time it went by. I've heard people mention that, but most of the coronal mass ejections were pointed towards Earth we've had lately. Except for one, but I haven't heard of one that went towards 3AI Atlas. 3AI Atlas did go through some radiation and leftover solar winds and stuff from some of these flares and everything, but not that one was really at it. And especially since it was doing this before it even got close. Some of this wrongward facing jetting on the way in, it was nowhere near close to the sun to do that. So,
Although this did not last for long. Moving to our next image of 3i Atlas just 1 day later, and now it looks completely different yet again. Those small jets have now merged into what looks like one giant gas plume. It's now closer to what you might call a normal comet tail, but at the same time, it's also not like that at all. Instead of a long fan-shaped fuzzy streak, the tail coming off 3i Atlas looks more like smoke rising from a fire.
it really does. It's crazy how it does. And even leaves like that gas ball back here. All right, so what was the name of the ship in Halo? I can't remember the name. Somehow I thought Heaven's Gate was it, but okay, I'm screwed up. So, got it.
This large plume is moving away from the sun, and measurements put it at just under 3 million kilometers in length, which is...
Dude, the Democrats ain't going to like that because that's a lot of pollution coming out of that tailpipe. That thing needs to have a catalytic converter. I'll tell you what, that thing going through, I think that takes up about 8 zillion years of NASCAR exhaust right there.
Is a pretty gigantic structure to show up in just 24 hours. Now, even more interesting, if you look closely at the image, there is a second plume of gas coming out in the opposite direction from the large one, an anti-tail. It's closer to about 1 million kilometers in length, and this is moving in the direction of the sun. Now, you might remember that one of the first odd characteristics of 3i Atlas observed back in the summer was the formation of an anti-tail, or a sun-facing emission, which is highly unusual for any comet. But at the time we first saw the anti-tail around 3i Atlas, it was still pretty deep out into the solar system, between...
See? Not near enough to be affected by coronal mass ejections or any type of the solar flares we've been having now. I mean, they affect us if they're strong enough and pointed our way here. The thing was way out there.
Mars and Jupiter, so the energy it was receiving from the sun was still relatively weak. Not only does the sun make heat and light, but it also sends out waves of radiation into the solar system. This all combined kind of acts like a solar wind that blows away from the sun, and that's the force that typically shapes a comet's tail.
Yep.
But now that 3i Atlas is moving through the inner solar system, still pretty near to its closest distance from the sun, and still managing to push out this relatively huge sun-facing tail, that's just not the kind of thing that a normal comet would do. And the fact...
Kind of cool, though, if you think about it. But yes, thank you very much, Jay Watterson. The aliens modified it. I'm telling you right now, I cannot believe the Democrats aren't screeching that we need to go up there and do something about this. That's polluting our solar system. Because that thing's putting out a hell of a lot of greenhouse gases, wouldn't you think?
The 3i Atlas has managed to lose all of this gas and dust in these multi-million kilometer long plumes of debris, yet has managed to stay intact and not break apart under the pressure. That tells us that this is an
Okay, so it's a YouTube thing. What is going on? It says excellent. Fixed. Well, I didn't do much. It was because Rumble hasn't blinked. Yeah, Rumble hasn't blinked. Yeah, Rumble didn't blink, guys. I was going over to Rumble. Rumble hasn't budged. Yeah, Rumble didn't budge at all. So, I don't know if YouTube's mad at me for playing this guy's video, even though I'm talking about it like I need to. I'm doing plenty of talking, YouTube. You don't take Asmongold down and everybody else for doing stuff like this. So let's try to continue and just finish this. We'll chat and get out of here. All right. Let's head back. Back up. Okay. Yeah, that's weird because it just stopped and my software and everything said it was fine. And YouTube's dashboard actually said excellent, but it wasn't going. So I think YouTube did something stupid. I think they're mad at me. So it was a YouTube thing. Thanks, YouTube. But Rumble didn't blink. So that just makes me think that it was a YouTube issue or YouTube being dicks. All right, so we'll finish this up. Like I said, I'll leave the link before we leave. Let me actually copy this. And I'll put this in the chat for you guys before we leave. But let's finish this real quick.
of debate about the actual size of 3i Atlas, meaning the object itself inside the big cloud of gas and dust. On the conservative side, it's thought to be 5 kilometers wide at most, maybe less. But other estimates have put it at something more like 10 kilometers across, and that's more likely to be the case given what we've seen. That makes it 20 times larger than the first interstellar object Oumuamua, and 10 times larger than the second interstellar object 2I Borisov, which was already on the large side for what we thought an interstellar object was capable of. And
So
it's
that's
important
huge.
to understand the probability.
That thing is big. Big, big, big. And it made it into our solar system through the Oort cloud and everything else without whacking into something. Because you whack into something at that speed, whoa, we would have seen that.
Of something this big surviving a trip through interstellar space for billions and billions of years. It would make sense that something small might squeak through and avoid hitting anything, but the bigger it gets, the more unlikely that becomes. And then to have this thing just happen to fly right past our sun at a time in human history where we are actually able to observe it and
And the weird thing is, this thing came on what they call the elliptical plane. Right along the same plane all of our planets rotate on. And that means it definitely went through the Oort cloud and the asteroid belt and everything else. This thing makes its own, has a type of gravity. It big enough, it has some gravity. So you think it would have pulled in something and had some type of impact and been tumbling or something weird. But no, it comes in dead smooth. Straight line. I mean, that is just messed up. Jax didn't get his treats and it's a rather large file to a certain tip inbox. Yeah, no kidding. Dude, I'm telling you right now, wouldn't you crap if Candace Owens come on today and said, I got this late last night as I was getting ready to have another dream. Jax sent me a tip. What? The commentator never said it can't happen. Not normal or usual. Yeah, well, everybody always covers their butt, but I don't know. They can't show any of the other asteroid, comet, or anything that big, so since it came from out of our solar system. And how many coincidences stack up? Hey, if we can believe Charlie Kirk stuff, why can't we believe that stack this one up? This is natural, unless you're going to say, unless people are going to say deep state FBI cover-up, FBI did it. This is the FBI's headquarters. This is actually Trump's space hotel going through.
Recognize what it is, that is 1 in a million. So regardless of what 3I Atlas might be, a rock, an alien, a weird comet, it's undoubtedly a very special object. And that's why the scientists at NASA are working so hard right now to try and figure out just what exactly it is we're looking at. They have spacecraft all over the solar system that have been watching 3I Atlas for months, taking measurements, sending...
Not to be a dick, but maybe if we had people out there instead of these stupid little probes, maybe if NASA would pull their head out of their ass and had kept trying to do stuff and advancing us after we stopped the moon landings and then we killed the shuttle program, we've done jack shit. It's keep sending this little probe out. That probe does not inspire people. Humans throughout time, from the sailing ships on or even before, have wanted to go see things and learn things and see it for themselves. Setting out little probes and lunar landers and rovers everywhere, it does not inspire people. Except a few geeky nerds that are really good at math. People want to go see this stuff. No wonder nobody gives a rat's ass about NASA anymore, because like, oh good, another probe. If humans were sitting back on the moon, oh man, people would be into it. Humans were going to Mars, oh damn right. We were going to send a multi-generational ship out of our solar system? Shit. You would have people paying attention, because people are interested if we're going to see or learn something for ourselves. Not some tin can, little bitty rover thingy with solar panels is going, oh, I'm going to drill a hole in a rock today. And these little rovers, like on Mars, putter along. They'll move like 2 feet a year. Where you get a human up there, dude, you can walk that in a second or two. Maybe we can look around and see what's actually there. This puttering around where we have nothing out there anymore. Come on, this is the least active we've been really, human-wise, in space for, what, 50, 60 years or more? 70 years? Be nice if we actually had some shit going on.
Data, and now it's a matter of trying to understand the story within that data. This is not a fast or
See, once
easy
again,
job.
what did I just say? You got the chubby, geeky nerd guys. I'm not saying they're assholes or anything, but these are the guys that get all woody over, ooh, look at the gravitational flux. Look at the math on this. It doesn't inspire anybody. It doesn't make people go, yeah, let's spend some money on that. Or, hey, let's do this. Or, ooh, did you see the latest mathematical equations coming in from this? It doesn't cut it. Didn't work throughout humanity's time. It's like, hey, dude, let's hop on this wooden boat and just launch ourselves in the ocean and see what the frig is out there. Yeah.
Job to do, and we are going to be very lucky to have another great opportunity to learn more about 3I Atlas on December 19th, when it will come within its closest distance of the Earth.
When it stops to take us over. Or something happens, it outgasses, changes course, runs into us, and ends us like it did like dinosaurs happened.
At that time, all of our most powerful telescopes, both on the ground and in space, will be trained on this object yet again, and there's no telling what we're going to find. It's probably going to be something you'll want to see.
Well, probably, if nothing else, just to stop all the conspiracy theories. I'm just saying, just stop all of it. All right. Let's see here. I'll post that in the chat. This is the actual link. In case you guys want to watch without me. Also, give that channel a subscribe and go look at some of the other videos. They have very good videos about the Russians going to Venus and everything else. Really cool. So, yeah. All right, let's see here. They should offer lifers from prison the chance to be space explorers. Who wants to trust them, though? Dude, I don't think you'd have to offer prison people. Besides, half of them are morons. We don't want to trust that. You don't want to have aliens meeting our worst. Dude, you want to start an interstellar war. There you go. Send the kid diddlers and the stabber pokers and everything out there to meet somebody. My gosh, that's not going to be the best way to say howdy to somebody. And I'm just saying right now, you wouldn't have to do that. throughout time, humanity has had this crazy, let's go see it. There'd be a lot of volunteers, dude. You would have a lot of people going, yo, I'm on. Yo, right here. It's like the whole Mars thing. Elon wants to have a colony on Mars. There will be people that'll go knowing they can't come back. They've already got volunteers like crazy. They love people. People would do it. To go down, if nothing else, to go down in the history books. I mean, that would be crazy cool, wouldn't it? I think so. But that's just me. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think it's cool. December 19th, the last day of Timcast. Ooh. You know what? I didn't think of that. You're right. It ain't going to be the last day. He's just going to change it up and do something different. In fact, he's kind of been pushing back lately, saying that I never said it was the last day. I just said we have to do something else or it would be the end. He's got to change it. So we'll see. Honestly, I don't think he can change it too much or it won't work. You can find out if they're going to eat us or not. Yeah. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think... Well, okay, here. I don't know what to think, honestly. I think it's probably going to be a rock. I think it's probably just going to be a rock. What do I want it to be? Oh, yeah, I want it to be aliens. I want it to at least be an alien probe. Sent out to find life, and hey, holy shit, the thing found us. And then we find out that it was from a race that died out 800,000 years ago or something like that, or 1.5 million years ago. And they just hurled this out and they have since passed away. Or they sent it out knowing that they were about to pass away. Some big catastrophe they couldn't escape. Sent this out. You know? I don't know. Tim will change his beanie to a new one. There you go. He'll come back with a blue beanie. All right, before we get out of here, though, what do you think? Rock, aliens? Do you prefer a rock or aliens? But there, the link is in there, and I would, like I said, check out more of their videos because they have amazingly fun stuff to watch. But I am going to hop out of here. If you haven't hit thumbs up, please do, and my voice is shot. I'm very tired. What is the size of it? They're guessing between 5 and 10 kilometers. So what is that? 3 to 7 miles? Something like that across? 3 to 7 miles? Which is crazy if you think about it. A big rock between 3 and 7 miles. It's like, dude, that's a big old rock. Probably some big alien throwing it, and it's going to skip it off the earth. Because we're water. Skip. Super Dimension Fortress Macross. So, yeah. Kay says, now you think aliens or you prefer aliens? Maybe Tim. Maybe it's coming here on the 19th because the last day of Timcast, supposedly. Tim will pull his beanie off and show us the extra eyeball and the little alien antenna wiggling around like the Andorians and go, ha, I'm going home. And then Candace will pull off her wig and she'll have the same third eye and go, ha, we're out of here. We've caused enough chaos. You think aliens? Okay, I hope you're right. I actually think it's just a goofy as F comet or interstellar rock, but they're just going to show that we don't know everything about physics and nature in space. Do I want it to be aliens? Frig yeah. Dude, to be alive when humanity 100% proves, or it has it proven to them that they're not alone? Oof, that's going to be something. Hell, it'll probably upset Trump because he's used to, dude, come on, he's the biggest name on earth. Now he's going to be a small fish again. He's going to have to go out there and spread, man. Then he's going to run for president of the galaxy soon. Can't get that another term here, but he can run for president of the galaxy. I hear they have at least 4 terms. He'll be Zaphor Vibelbrox. Yeah. Superman's ship thought for a moment, then decided to keep going. Could be Celtic. Galactus' kid. I hope it's a rock. If it's aliens, we're screwed. Unless they're nice. Or what if it's just a probe? An alien race curious or dying off. Didn't you ever watch Star Trek, man? They're not all out to get you. My gosh. What if some of them are like batteries not included? That's Sheldon Cooper? Who is Sheldon Cooper? If it's aliens, we're screwed. Nah, not if they're good guys. If they're good guys, holy crap, man, it's going to be amazing. If they're bad guys, yeah, we're screwed. But if they're bad guys, that's a long ways to come to mess with somebody. Unless we're that tasty. We'd have to be damn tasty, I'm telling you right now. Like I said, especially since we are clear out in the redneck zone. If you take a look where we're at in our galaxy, one, we're in a pocket that's actually very low density of stars, but we're clear out in the Sagittarius arm. We are the turn off of the paved road. That's where we're at. So I know, that's going for some exotic takeout to come clear here to get us. Alien trash. Somebody tossing it into space. That would be funny. If it's an old garbage disposal. But hey, think about this. Garbage from a race, let's say, 1,000 years beyond us would still be helpful. That'd be some great garbage. Don't think we'll be screwed. Aliens are already here. That's a possibility too. Honestly, it is. Aliens like from Contact, yeah. Contact is the one that they proved there were aliens, right? And then Matthew McConaughey, the religious guy, made us stop and hide it and cut contact because we're not ready. No. I'm sorry, but that would be the dumbest effing reason to cut off the biggest discovery in mankind's history. Because religion. Ugh. Big Bang TV. Okay, that is Sheldon. Okay. I didn't watch the show much because it drove me nuts, actually. We are lock your door country, not county. No, because where I grew up in the country, in redneck zone, people still don't lock their house or car doors. Some people out where I grew up still leave the keys in the vehicle at night. It's the opposite. We are the turn off the paved road type area, then take a turn at Bob's farm, and then back at Zeke's tree, and then you go down this muddy trail, back to the old oak tree hit by the lightning, and then turn left, and that's where we're at. We're that. We are the nobody cares to lock the door to the solar system because nobody comes out here. Any other solar system, the real solar systems have advanced warning systems and defense grids around the solar system. And, like in The Fifth Element, the red light, green light at the border, going, okay, you can enter or stop, or we'll send fighters. We don't have that. We are literally in the unlocked keys solar system. Just drive on through. That's us. Jodie Foster, yep. They pretended she made it up. Yeah, exactly. That drove me nuts. I hated that end of that movie. It was like that and Sphere. Sphere's the other one I hated, the end of. Sounds like from where the Beverly Hillbillies were from? Yes. Just at a river instead. Yeah, I grew up along the Mississippi River. You go look up Andalusia, Illinois, and they go out farther. Yeah. That was me. Wait, we don't have any Space Force? Not yet. We're working on it. Yeah, but Kay, our Space Force, compared to anything somebody like that would have, like on this picture, if I shrink me down, boop, oop, wrong button, boop. Any Space Force we would have compared to something like that would be a joke. Joke. Let's just say that was semi-realistic. Imagine that thing between 3 and 7 miles big. Our Space Force, even if we have some ancient hidden, Independence Day type ships, ain't going to be enough against that. Jack's laying out by the cement pond. Now, compared to that, Kay, we have a space farce. That'd be like trying to take down a Tyrannosaurus with a toothpick. So, okay. We hit Man in the Black, we're good. Yeah. If we have the flashy thing. Yeah. Well, that'd be a flaming. That's a flamer there. That's gonna burn an egg. You will have scrambled eggs if that's what you're gonna call your sperm. You want it over easy? All right, guys, we are gonna hop out. I am dying. I don't even know how I'm conscious. But thanks for stopping in. Do me a favor, please hit thumbs up on the way out. And thanks for hanging out with me on this goofy stream where we went everything from the Candace Charlie Kirk kerfuffle and clear into AI Atlas. I do appreciate it. I'm going to go and face plant into a bed. And I will talk to you guys possibly later today. Thank you, Kay. For me, it is 5:48 a.m. Yeehaw. Thank you, Sog. And me personally, I'm going to disagree with Sog. My wife and I have already talked about that. If we had a chance to take our fur balls and go on a space travel to see the United Federation of Planets or the Systems Coalition, which is from Andromeda, the TV series, we'd go. I think it'd be a blast. All right, 11 p.m. there. Woof. Bob Lazar next time. If I go that way, we might. Jax will be watching Candace's show today. Oh my God, dude. I don't know. I'm just getting... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I pay attention at all tonight. All right, guys. I'm buzzing out here. Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and have a good one. And I don't know if I'll give Candace any of my time today if I wake up.